Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Diablo 4 Season of Blood video. Well, if you're looking for an amazing rogue build, you know I got your back. We got brand new vampiric powers, and today I'm going to show you an amazing poison death trap build for level 1 through 50. Let's go! Once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's just jump right into it. We're starting off with our amazing abilities, starting off with our 1-point in to puncture. Pretty standard, right? Enhanced puncture and then invulnerable puncture, so we can inflict a little bit of vulnerable early on in game. We're going to max out sturdy, 3 points, get a close damage reduction, max out siphoning strikes, we get a little bit of critical strikes. We're going to have a chance to heal ourselves, and it procs pretty often. We have twisting blades, we're going to max that out with 5 points. We also going to have enhanced twisting blades and advanced twisting blades. We also going to put just 1 point in shadow step, and then 1 point into enhanced shadow step, and then 1 point into methodical shadow step. We also going to have a weapon mastery maxed out with 3 points and 3 points into concussive, so we can get a little bit of crit strike chance when we knock down enemies with our poison trap, which we're only going to put 1 point in there, 1 point to enhance poison trap. We're going to max out exploit with 3 points and max out malice with 3 points. No dark shroud, but no worries, we're going to get damage boost up as well. Poison imbuement, we're going to get 5 points into that, 1 point into enhance, and 1 point into blended poison imbuement. Now we're going to move down to deadly venom. We're going to max that out. We're also going to max out debilitating toxins and 1 point into alchemical advantage. From there, we're going to go ahead and max out precision imbuement. So now whenever we imbue our weapons, we're going to have an extra 9% critical strike chance. We're going to max out innervation. We're going to get a lucky hit of 30% chance to gain 8 energy. Works pretty good. We're going to get nice energy back with that. And yes, we are rocking with death trap. We're going to be getting this back extremely fast with this build. You can literally get this back within 10 seconds. It is so cool. We're going to put 1 point into adrenaline rush. And yes, we're still using momentum. Cutthroat skills gain a stack of momentum for 8 seconds. And we're going to get 3 stacks of momentum very easily. We're going to get 20% damage reduction where we need energy regeneration and movement speed. Yes, exposure works really well to get your death trap back, but we're going to be getting it back even faster. We don't even need it with preparation. Combo points is excellent to get more damage. Inner sight, of course, unlimited energy when it does prop, but preparation, every 100 energy you spend reduces your ultimate skills by 5 seconds. We're going to be doing that a lot, and using ultimate skills resets the cooldown of your other skills, which is really good, which means we can be pretty much spamming all of our abilities. Now for our equipped lovely gear, we have an imprinted basic skills, grant up to 20% damage reduction for 3.0 seconds. A little bit of intelligence, willpower, and all the other stuff doesn't matter yet. This is basically the imprints that I've used and helped me get the world tier 2, 3, and basically into 4. Alright, so this is what I was using. The chest piece, pretty much you can put whatever you want. The gloves though, twisting blade, crit strike damage, attack speed is what we need. An ultra imprinted attacking enemies with base skill increases the damage of your next core skill by 9% up to 30%. So a nice damage boost with everything in our gloves. Now, the legs, pretty random on the stats, but it really is all about the imprints, right? You can get this from the Codex of Power. We're going to increase our armor for 4 seconds. After we deal any form of damage, you want to stack that up to 48%, which is pretty dope. And then our boots, you can pretty much put anything you want right here. We're going to really focus on movement speed, maybe cooldown reduction. But I got shadow step in here, and every time 5 enemies get close, we're going to stun them. It works pretty good. For our weapon, of course, you want a little bit of vulnerable, core, dexterity. It's a perfect roll right here. So I'll put twisting blades on this. Before, it was just a yellow, but I got this really cool amulet. I had twisting blades on my amulet, but once I got this, it was a game changer. All of the stats are pretty good, but really this is a new aspect for Season of Blood. You get 25% damage to a set of damage types for 7 seconds. The effect alternates between 2 sets, fire, lightning, and physical, cold, poison, and shadow. We have all of that as well. Physical damage with our twisting blades and our marksman skills, poison with our imbuement skills and our poison trap, and shadow with our death trap. So everything works pretty good. The ring is just random. I got it. I was like, yeah, this will work. You know, nothing here is really going to be synergized. We literally look for crit strike chance, a lucky hit, you know, crit strike damage, poison. I don't have none of that on there. And the imprint is pretty cool, so I said, okay, we'll go with the extra 15% critical damage for injured enemies. And then our next ring is actually pretty good. Poison, shadow, damage over time, damage to poison enemies, and a lucky hit. So whenever we get our poison, probably get that nice little pool and get this spam or poison imbuement. The two weapons that I have are sacred. I got those when I got the World Tier 3. These are the other two that I was using in World Tier 2 and when I took out the boss. We're going to have the imprint. It deals 7.5% damage, stacking that up 30. And then imbuement skill effects have 20% increased potency against vulnerable enemies. So that is the build. Now, for our vampiric powers, we want to start off with Undying. And this is pretty cool. It's going to be our first one. Casting skills. We're going to cast skills a lot. Heals us for 1.5 life and double this bonus effect when we have below 50% health. We're going to get a lot of health back with that as well. We're going to go with Anticipation. This is pretty cool. Your ultimate skills gain 20% cooldown reduction. Remember, it's going to stack with the other thing that we have rocking with the ultimate skills. And your ultimate skills deal 6% increased damage for each nearby affected enemy by our damage over time effects. And we're going to be procking that a lot. Prey on the Weak is what we're going to be dealing with next. And this is going to be at level 2. You're going to deal 12% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Enemies are going to be always vulnerable because of what we have, but you also, enemies are vulnerable while they're affected by vampire curses from other vampire powers. So you have that extra added bonus to get that vulnerable proc going. And then we're going to have Harmonious. He's going to be at level 1. Your attacks deal 40% of your maximum life as physical damage to nearby enemies. This effect can occur every 4 seconds, and you heal for 1% of your maximum life for each enemy damaged this way. Yes, you get a nice little chunk of health, and the damage spread to other enemies. It is really, really good. Now, moving along, we're going to head down to our last vampire power, Flowing Veins. You do 30% increased damage over time to enemies that are either moving or have vampire curses. And enemies are always moving, so this extra 30% is going to be put in on our extra poison. So whenever they get hit by that poison, it's going to drain them even more. Works out really well. Here are some of the different effects that I had at 51. Let me show you the damage that I got and me taking out the Curator at World Tier 2, heading into World Tier 3, and then we'll head into a Nightmare Dungeon so you can see how that worked out for me heading into World Tier 3. First off, here is the Curator in World Tier 2 with that build that I showed you previously. And what you really want to focus in is on the Death Trap. You can literally get it back within 10 seconds. No BS. Sometimes 12, sometimes 15. It depends on how much you can spend that 100 of your energy. So the faster we spend our energy, the faster we can proc our Death Trap. And once we proc our Death Trap, of course, we're going to be getting health back. Everything synergizes and it works really, really good. So yeah, it's only going to get better going into World Tier 4 and doing high level in-game stuff, because this build is dope. I was just thinking, why am I using what everybody else is always using? And I don't like having my clouds around me, but they go really, really fast. With Death Trap, it's just amazing. Now, remember I was walking with the other two swords, Sacred Swords. As you can see, it's just, you know, a little bit of boost on the damage. As far as the imprints is concerned, I haven't switched it up or anything. Put it into a nice, lovely Nightmare Dungeon. Just a couple levels over me, and roll these are the effects. Remember, you want to look at the time we get our Death Trap back. As soon as you pop it, it goes 37, and then it moves right down to 15 seconds. And then after that, it just goes right back. Like I said, it is so good using my Death Trap again. Before, you know, it was kind of, you had to play either a Death Trap build, you couldn't have imbuements as well. This is a little bit of a hybrid type of a build, and with our vampire powers, everything synergizes really, really well, and it just kicks tail, as you can see. So yeah, if you're looking for a really good build, starting off from 1 to 50 and in 50 to 100. As soon as I get that, I'll get you the deets on that as well. But for right now, that's pretty much going for the video. Hope you truly enjoyed it. As always, if you're new to the channel, how you doing, and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Right here at Karpo Gaming, upload a wide variety of videos ranging from updates, tips and tricks, guides and news, and a whole lot more. So once again, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.